will be sending out a date on Monday for everybody. So I do have my nephews here. If you want to donate $1, $5, $10, whatever, anything will help. We not mad if you can't donate anything. But if you can, please donate something. That definitely will help us out. So they'll be walking around to collect whatever y'all can donate to help her and her children out. I do have two of her daughters sitting right here in the middle, and I have her sons right behind me, and this her father right here. So as we all know, my sister was dearly loved, as you can obviously see it right now. So I'm gonna let them go around and collect some donations, and we'll be sending off the balloons in 2 minutes exactly. All right? I appreciate y'all, and I love y'all as well.
A quiet home on an ordinary street in Center Line, Michigan, became the scene of something unthinkable. Inside, 38-year-old Erica Marie Sanders, a mother of 4, was spending time with her children when a sudden moment of violence ended her life. Investigators say she was shot inside her own kitchen while her children were still in the house. And the person accused wasn't a stranger. It was the man she lived with, Zachary Fuqua, who police say fled the scene, only to be captured minutes later.
Family members tell me they are heartbroken and are searching for answers as investigators try to piece together what led up to the deadly shooting that took the life of 38-year-old Erica Sanders.
You just hurt the world, for real, because she was loved by everybody.
In my heart, I'm still trying to wrap my hands around it.
Police say Erica Sanders was shot and killed inside her Centerline home Tuesday evening by her live-in boyfriend. It happened with Erica's 4 children in another room, and I'm told Centerline police tried desperately to save her.
Officers arrived. They found our victim laying on the floor. Officers attempted to revive her, trying to do life-saving techniques.
Tragically, Erica died. Her boyfriend was found nearly a mile away on 10 Mile in Lorain, where he was taken into custody. I spoke with Erica's loved ones, including her brother, Daryl Adams.
We don't know for sure exactly what led up to it. All we heard is that it was an argument. It wasn't no domestic violence in the past that led up to this.
And he says their pain is unimaginable.
We hurt. You can't ever be prepared for nothing like this. You know what I'm saying? And we feel even more hurtful for our niece and our nephews.
As my godfather, how can you promise me that you're going to take care of my auntie and you take her away from me?
Erica's family says for the last month there were red flags on her boyfriend's social media pages.
Seeing some of the notifications and people that sent to me where he been battling something for maybe a month, and it's led up into this. And he pretty much said something was going to happen this day.
He just wishes her boyfriend would have come to him about what was apparently causing him so much turmoil.
And I wish I had an opportunity to talk to him before it led to this point.
He says he can only hope the man gets the help that he needs.
I just hope he get the correct help.
I just hope you get help, seriously.
Within minutes, the suspect, her live-in partner Zachary Fuqua, vanished from the scene, triggering a fast-moving police response and leaving neighbors and loved ones struggling to understand how a home could become a place of sudden horror. Now, behind this case is a question that makes it even more chilling. How does a normal evening turn into something this final? Before we get into the details, we'd like to welcome you to our channel, True Crime Diaries, a place where we uncover shocking cases, unsolved mysteries, and real-life crimes. From headlines to hidden details, we break it all down so you know what really happened. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications to be the first to know when a new case drops. These are real people, real tragedies, and lessons we can't ignore. Share this video. It could save a life. Now, let's get into it. At the heart of this tragedy was Erica Marie Sanders, a 38-year-old mother of 4, whose life revolved around her children. Friends and family describe Erica as devoted, loving, and endlessly caring. She was the kind of mother who could be found helping with homework 1 minute, cooking dinner the next, and making sure each of her children felt safe and heard. Her children were the center of her world. Her home on Sterling Street wasn't just a residence. It was a place where memories were made, homework was done, and laughter filled the rooms. To her family, Erica wasn't a story in the news. She was a sister, a daughter, a confidant, and a mother whose absence would leave a permanent void. Her sudden death has left her loved ones grappling with grief, shock, and disbelief. Neighbors remember her as warm and approachable, always greeting people with a smile, always making time for others. In a community where everyone knew each other, Erica was seen as someone dependable, nurturing, and kind-hearted. It's hard to imagine that inside this home, where warmth and life had always thrived, the unthinkable could occur in a single moment. The person accused of ending Erica Sanders' life was someone she trusted deeply, her live-in partner, 39-year-old Zachary Fuqua. To the outside world, Fuqua appeared to be an ordinary man, employed, living a suburban life alongside Erica, and raising children in the same household. Family and neighbors described Fuqua as quiet, unassuming, and generally private. In the days before the shooting, posts linked to his social media included phrases that suggested he was under emotional strain. Investigators noted these, but so far, authorities have not publicly stated that these posts explain his motive or link directly to his actions on the day of the crime. To the children, he was a parent figure. To the neighbors, a quiet neighbor. And yet, behind the doors of that house, something was building, an emotional tension that would culminate in an irreversible act of violence. Struggles, small signs that went largely unnoticed until it was too late. Sometimes, the most ordinary people hide the most dangerous moments, and the unthinkable can happen where it is least expected. March 17, 2026, began like any other day on Sterling Street in Center Line, Michigan. But by late afternoon, a series of events would turn a quiet home into the center of a shocking tragedy. In a place meant to feel safe, tension escalated quickly. What began as an argument would become a moment that no one could take back. One moment of violence, inside a home filled with laughter and life, shattered everything in seconds. In just a few minutes, a family's life was forever changed. A mother was gone. Children were left to process a horror no one should ever witness. And the quiet street of Sterling Street would never feel the same again. After the fatal shooting inside the Sanders home, the neighborhood erupted in confusion and fear. Neighbors called 911, unsure of exactly what had happened. While inside, the children were left in shock and disbelief. Minutes after taking the life of the woman he lived with, he disappeared into the streets, leaving chaos, fear, and a devastated family behind. Law enforcement acted swiftly, taking the suspect into custody. But the rapid arrest could not undo the devastation left inside the home, or in the hearts of his victims' children. Authorities emphasized the seriousness of the crime, citing callousness and disregard for human life. Meanwhile, the children and family were left to process the reality that their world had been permanently altered. In less than an hour, a home that had been filled with love and daily life was transformed into a scene of tragedy. And while justice had a starting point with the arrest, the ripple effects of loss, trauma, and heartbreak would last a lifetime. After his arrest, Zachary Fuqua was formally charged with second-degree murder and multiple firearms-related offenses. The community watched closely, desperate for answers, and for justice for Erica Sanders and her children. Inside the courtroom, it was impossible to separate the legal process from the heartbreak. The children of Erica Sanders sat in the shadow of loss, the courtroom filled with silence, punctuated by the weight of what had been lost. Family statements reflect grief, shock, and the urgent desire for answers. While the courtroom focused on evidence and charges, the true story of this tragedy, the family, the children, the mother, remained the heart of the case.
He's accused of murdering his wife inside a Centerline home, and now he's behind bars wearing an anti-suicide smock and denying the charges against him. Tonight, we're learning new details about the moments leading up to that shooting and what prosecutors say happened inside the home. We thank you so much for joining us for the News at 5. I'm Kimberly Gill.
And I'm Ty Steele. That suspect, 39-year-old Zachary Fuqua, was arraigned today, charged with second-degree murder and multiple gun charges. Local 4's J. Scott Smith was in court today as disturbing new information came to light.
A 38-year-old man was charged formally today following a horrifying killing that happened in Centerline on St. Patrick's Day, and it left a lot of questions unanswered. 39-year-old Zachary Fuqua sat shackled inside a booth at the Macomb County Jail this morning, listening as Judge Suzanne Fonts read off a laundry list of charges against him. Fuqua was formally charged with second-degree murder today in connection with the brutal killing of his girlfriend, 38-year-old Erica Sanders. Fuqua also faces 5 separate gun charges. The shooting happened around 5:30 p.m. on Tuesday at their home on Sterling Street near Van Dyke in Centerline. Police arrived at the home to find Sanders face down, having been shot in the back of the head in front of her children. According to investigators, Fuqua fled the scene on foot before he was arrested by Centerline and Warren police at the corner of 10 Mile and Wainwright. During the hearing, the prosecutor described a brutal killing.
Shootings there in the back of the head in the presence of 3 minor children. Moreover, the callousness of such an action, especially as it's alleged that as he left the house, he gave the children candy saying, "Here y'all babies go."
While no motive for the killing was mentioned, Fuqua's social media had shown signs recently that he had been going through some sort of crisis, including a Facebook post from March 14th that said he was, quote, going out with a bang. Fuqua attempted to say that he was not a flight risk during the hearing, but the judge disagreed and ordered him held without bond. Now, if convicted on the most serious charge, Zachary Fuqua could spend the rest of his life in jail. Now, he's going to currently be held without bond in the Macomb County Jail. His next court appearance is slated for April 1st.
As the legal process moves forward, one question continues to haunt everyone connected to this case. Why did this happen? Zachary Fuqua and Erica Sanders shared a home, a life, and children. There was no public history of long-term domestic violence, no visible warning signs to outsiders, and yet, a single moment turned fatal. Criminologists note that in many domestic homicide cases, the lethal moment is often preceded by weeks or months of stress, emotional strain, or unspoken conflict. To neighbors and family, everything may appear normal until the event occurs. This aligns with what researchers call acute domestic escalation, where ordinary arguments spiral into deadly violence. The tragedy is compounded by its suddenness. Friends and family struggle with the knowledge that the violence erupted in a single, irreversible moment, leaving children, loved ones, and a community with questions that may never be answered. Some questions may never be fully answered, and yet, understanding even fragments of the why is part of the process for those left behind, struggling to make sense of a life cut tragically short. Perhaps the most heartbreaking part of this tragedy is the impact on the children. For young lives were forever altered in the blink of an eye. These children, some as young as 5, were witnesses to a crime that no one should ever see. Their mother, who had been their source of comfort, guidance, and protection, was gone. Family and friends describe a household once full of laughter and routine, now filled with silence and questions too heavy for children to bear. Grief, confusion, and trauma are the new reality for these young survivors. Psychologists note that children exposed to domestic homicide often face long-term emotional and behavioral challenges, including anxiety, trust issues, and difficulty processing loss. Relatives have spoken about the urgent need to protect and support the children, and to help them navigate a world without their mother. For neighbors and loved ones, the loss resonates beyond the family, shaking the entire community. In every photograph, every room, every toy left behind, there is a silent reminder of a mother's absence, and a family forever changed by a moment of violence. While the legal system begins to seek justice, the real challenge lies in healing the invisible wounds left in the hearts of Erica Sanders' children, the ones who must grow up carrying the weight of a tragedy they did not create. The story of Erica Sanders is a stark reminder that tragedy often strikes where it is least expected, inside the walls we call home. A devoted mother, a trusted partner. The shockwaves of that evening continue to ripple through a family, a neighborhood, and a community struggling to understand how ordinary moments can turn deadly. For the children, the absence of their mother is a lifelong void. For the family, the grief is immeasurable. And for the community, the story leaves questions that may never have answers, but a reminder to cherish the moments we often take for granted. Erica Sanders' life was full of love, and her story, though tragically cut short, serves as a call to value each moment, to support those in silent struggle, and to never take for granted the safety of home. Even now, questions remain. Why did this tragedy happen inside a home that should have been a sanctuary? Was it a single moment of rage, or something that had been quietly building beneath the surface? The legal system will continue its work, but the truth of what led to that fatal evening may never be fully known. And for the children and family of Erica Sanders, the impact is permanent. As the story develops, one thing is certain. Even in ordinary neighborhoods, the line between everyday life and tragedy can be razor thin. That concludes today's case, but the story doesn't end here. There are still countless voices unheard, stories hidden in the shadows, and truths yet to be uncovered. Here at True Crime Diaries, we are committed to digging deeper, presenting the facts, honoring the victims, and keeping their memories alive. If this story resonated with you, subscribe, like, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new episode. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next case.